All right. Well, we're live.
Yeah, she said the broadcast is live.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. We're back in it. Guess what episode this is, Grandpa?
Which episode?
We're episode 150. Yep.
Yeah, so my mug has been on there 150 times.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Except when I couldn't get on.
Well, you've been in every episode. You've been in every episode. So let's okay, good brother, the good brother's in. All right, he's gonna be on the chat with us today, folks. We couldn't get Snack Aficionado, okay, Steven, the good brother Barrett in today. But
Oh, have I met him before?
yeah, Steven has been he's been on the show several times.
Oh, he has? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been one of our very reliable pundits.
Oh, okay. I'm so forgetful.
Oh, I forget things too, Grandpa. To my chagrin. But well, let's get the show started. What you got to drink today, Grandpa?
I have with me Shackberries roll cider.
What is that?
That's what you gave me.
Oh, okay. You still got that. Good, good. I'm
That's
happy.
that was in that mixture there.
I'm happy that you're still trying things outside the box, Grandpa.
170. I can't read it.
Okay.
Okay.
Put it closer to the camera so we can see what
5.5 pound, 5.5 alcohol contents.
5.5, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's a hard apple cider beer. No, red wine, grapes, skin, carbonated, contains suffix. What does that mean?
Contains something.
It says suffix.
Not mad at
How
it.
you doing?
Hey, how you doing, pops?
Right. I
Right.
saw the your wife did, man, and I gotta go over there and do that. And I always wanted to do a skydive.
You want to skydive?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a risk.
Yeah, man. Hey, all
Well,
right.
it ain't too much risk at my age.
Yeah. I mean, it looked exciting though.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
really
exciting when you're watching and not falling.
Yeah, I told her based on her video, I'm good. I feel like I had the experience. I was over Zanzibar.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Man, whoever was holding that camera got some firm grip strength.
Yeah, and a lot of confidence, right?
Because they falling. Because let me tell you, like, I wonder how that is. I wonder.
Oh, who had the
I mean, I
camera?
know. If I remember correctly from school,
The
everything
person
kind of falls at
who
the
had the
same
camera.
rate. So you watching
Yeah.
the phone fall.
It came out so nice. I didn't know where the camera was coming from.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
They,
I love.
they
I love Grandpa's like he has an anti-rambling device set. So like if I start talking too long, he'll just cut right in and be like, "What are we talking
you gotta keep you focused.
about?"
Oh,
What you
oh,
got? What you got today, Uncle Pooh?
that's me you describing?
I say, yeah.
See,
I went I went back to the Voodoo Ranger.
yeah.
Go Voodoo Ranger. Okay.
Yeah, Juice Force IPA, but I got my mug today.
All right.
What kind of mug is that?
It's the dad established, and then they got the boy's birthday on it.
Oh, okay. How about
I
that?
like that. I like that.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Let me see.
That's
Well,
when I joined the ranks of fatherhood.
yeah.
this is the final in the series of that 3-pack I had from Ranch Rider Spirits Co. Tequila, Palm Olive, Palomala, Palmalo.
Yeah.
It's with Reposado tequila, sparkling water, sea salt, real grapefruit, lime, and orange.
Okay.
So this is the last one. This
You've
one,
been liking those though.
well, this is the 3-pack. I've been getting multi-packs, so I don't have to keep going back to the store. So I can just try a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah.
So this is, let me see what the alcohol content is. If it will tell me. This is shoot. I don't think it says it on here.
Hey, Josh.
It might be on the box that this came in. Nope, it says it. It's so that's oddly specific. 5.99%.
Hey, it's not quite 6. They letting you know it's not. It's right there.
When I watch the Moonshiners competition show, they bring out the little volume tubes to see how much alcohol is in something, like precisely. Like I gotta imagine the machine that's got to be more technical than that. Because how is your eye tell the 0.9 if you staring at that like that?
Hey, that's a perfectionist, man.
What? Let's see. Let's rate these libations, as it were.
Pops, what you got? That Budweiser?
No, I got the Shacksbury that Joshua gave me that mixture there.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I must have had this on there before. I looked in the box and it says Shacksbury Rose Cider.
We had that.
We did?
Yeah. It was the rose one.
Yeah, you can. Sounds like you're gonna have it for the first time again.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I think I remember what you gave it. Why don't you give it a taste, Grandpa?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It's close to a 6.
Close to a 6.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
5.8. It ain't made a 6. Yeah. But it's
Okay.
5.88.
Yeah.
Right, I like this.
Grandpa, the exact decimal spot.
Yeah. So, Pops, you want to skydive?
Yeah. Tanzania, that's the place to go. Evidently, Zanzibar, right?
Zanzibar, yeah, Zanzibar.
When Grandpa says it, it sounds like he's about to tell a story. Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Zanzibar was only thing I never knew where it was at. I just saw a movie one time. Road to Zanzibar.
Right.
Yeah, I had no idea. In fact, I didn't know there was a Tanzania at that time.
Right, for that matter, yeah.
Because, Bob Hope and Ben Carter made that movie, Road to Zanzibar.
Well, when you go over there, if you go into Stone Town, I think that's what it's called, but that's where they had.
Say that again now.
In Zanzibar, Stone Town is like the coastal place where they used to do the slave trade, right? So we always talk about the Western slave trade, but the Eastern slave trade, on what the Muslims and the Arabs did.
Yeah, they come out of Zanzibar, right?
Yeah. So that trading post is right there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot of history out here, man.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of history. So that was real. I'm not very knowledgeable about the Eastern slave trade. I don't really know much about it.
I don't either.
Yeah. So
but I had the book, African Origin of Judaism, and the book cared a lot about the Jewish people coming down that eastern coast. You know, they didn't come across from Morocco and on the west side. They came down the eastern side, and that's the only thing I know about that East Coast. You know, but they settled down there. They was all down there, and over the centuries, it was all down there in Spain together. They were there when Spain, kicked them out.
Okay. Well, hey,
I don't know nothing about that Eastern Coast.
Uncle Pooh, why don't you rate your beer while you? Because I didn't hear what your rating was.
Yeah, it's got to be like a 7.5, man. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.55.
What you said the name of that is again?
Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger. You had that before?
Yeah, I have.
Voodoo Ranger.
I'm not gonna lie about this one. I don't know, and I actually hate when people say that. But I hate grapefruit. I hate grapefruit juice. This is actually pretty good.
Okay.
This might be the best one out that box.
Really? You was liking those?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this a solid 7.
Nice.
This might be the best thing of grapefruit I've ever had. So that's up there. Man, I had no expectation. No, actually I had low expectations. I was like, this is gonna be nasty. I'm probably not gonna like this. because it had grapefruit. But no, something about mixing lime. You know what a friend of mine was like, if you put lime on if you put lime on something, it normally makes it better, and it has not been proven wrong yet.
Yeah, lime is that's always a good go-to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's get into the topics. We actually got a request this week. So there's a article that was brought to my attention about. So this is what it's called. It's from Fortune magazine or Fortune.com.
Okay.
$10,000 offers to get off a plane. CEO apologizes and free pizza. Here's how a massive labor shortage and pent up demand helped create a chaotic summer for airlines. So essentially, this boils down to what the person, the Stephen who was on here, basically pointed this out. He was just he was saying to me that pilots are now getting paid $250,000 and they still can't get enough people to want to be pilots right now, or can be.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because you see where everything kind of fell apart. Like when COVID happened, everyone panicked basically, and they closed down like all like major flights and things for the most part for commercial flighting. And now, like 2 years later, people are like, "It's back, it's back, I gotta go on vacation." And it's like apparently every holiday weekend since the summer started, there has been massive cancellations because airlines have traditionally overbooked their flights because they assume some people are going to show up, but now they don't have enough pilots to fly the planes for the overbooked flights.
Yeah. I read something on this, and it was saying that over the COVID break, um, a lot of airlines pared back their staff, like across the board, not just pilots, but like across the board, cuts trying to stay solvent, right? Because you think about nobody's traveling. So they was losing hemorrhaging money. So they pared back their workforce. Um, so their estimates was this was going to be a 5-6 year thing. And it happened after 2 years, and people travel came back with a vengeance. So it kind of caught them. They're just still on their heels, reeling. But as far as like the pilot thing, the shortage, I guess, was happening beforehand, right? Because like a lot of pilots are baby boomers, right? You got to think like that era, right? And then, but at 65, you got to retire from flying. You can't fly commercially anymore. Um, so and the younger generations are. I mean, it's not like you can decide tonight you're gonna be a pilot, and then in 3 months you're a pilot, right? Like it's long. There's a long fill-in time. So they were basically saying like this is gonna be the new norm for a while, because it's just a shortage with all the pent up demand in travel. So you're just gonna kind of get used to it, or fly Southwest. I've never had nothing canceled. I don't see Southwest being canceled. I don't know what Delta and other airlines are doing.
So I mean, I that may be one point I didn't really think about because I was just like I was trying to get hold on, what is this not showing? I was trying to get Dad on the show because he's a pilot. I'm like, man, we would have had firsthand experience because we all wanted to ask him like, what does it really take and how long is the process? Because I know what is it? You got to fly for some couple thousand hours, right? Before
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Even if you pass the exams and background checks and all of that, you still got. I don't know how long the period is, but 1,500 hours, something like that. The article said.
well, that and like, what is it? That's just part of the exam. Flying the plane, you also have to know what each part of that plane does. Apparently,
Yeah, yeah,
like they hand out these huge manuals. I remember watching a documentary about one of these plane crash things, and
yeah,
they're going over all the things a pilot has to know how to do in order to become a pilot. And they're talking about each plane that they fly, they have to read these big manuals that say exactly in case of these certain scenarios, how are you going to be able to land this plane safely with like wherever these tools you got left.
yeah.
And I mean, when you look at it like that, I can see why you would want to pay somebody $250,000 because that's people's lives at stake. I can see
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of liability on the line, but it's not easy to get into. So specializations pay. So I can see them making that money.
And
Pops, what you think about travel?
What I think about it,
Yeah,
in what respect? You mean as far as canceled flights or what?
yeah.
Yeah, well, I figure that they got rid of a lot of pilots and things. I guess a lot of them probably ain't coming back. I think money gonna have something to do with it too. Because my understanding of the airline pilots, they cut the salaries. I don't know how true that is.
Well, like I was saying, it was
before the
Grandpa. They're reporting that they're paying pilots $250,000.
Yeah, he's saying before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about to get people back. Like right now,
yeah.
I think they said. I think somewhere. I think either Stephen told me or I think Stephen told me it was like their starting salaries are $250,000.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
My understanding of it was that they had, like I said, this was before the pandemic that they were pilots was complaining that they weren't making enough.
Yeah, I think everybody does
that. $250,000, they ain't got no complaint about that.
I think we're trending. Oh, go ahead, Pop.
No, I just said mine.
Oh, okay. I think we're trending towards the shortage for the same reason. Baby boomers retiring and nobody else is filling in at the same rate. They're being lawyers instead, right? Like they're going into engineering and software development.
That's what's happening now.
I mean, that's just my speculation on why we still have there was a pilot shortage before the pandemic, right? So,
right.
But it's like trending downward, But it's not like the glamorous occupation anymore. It used to be a thing. Now it's like I'd rather be a software coder and make 10 times that.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a misnomer for software coding. Like only the.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I can do something else than go up and fly in a plane, right?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people in my age group who have like a wanderlust, like they want to just go places. You would think that we would have a bunch of people who want to fly planes because
a lot of them go flight attendant.
I have seen that. I do know some people who are flight attendants that I grew up with, and I'm just like, see, but like I had
wow,
I had a weird mindset where I was just like flight attendant. Because I don't think like when you think about flight attendant, I'm like I don't know exactly what they do, but in my mind I'm like, oh, it's just a flight attendant. But like you gotta know a lot of stuff to be a flight attendant, man.
No, you do, and I mean, it's a lot that goes to it. I'm sure there's nuance in every gig. This is a woman that's in our mastermind. She's a flight attendant, and she just basically attend enough flights to keep her flight privileges, so that she can just move around for free, right? Like, but in the meantime, she's operating her business. Like, man, I think that's great. Like, that's
I didn't know until recently. I don't know. Maybe Joshua told me somebody did about flight attendant to quarters. They have more than one crew. They can have a crew sleeping while the other one's working.
That's probably for those long international flights.
Yeah.
You're flying 18 hours. You're gonna need two crews.
Man, you're flying 18 hours, man. You're gonna need a psych evaluation.
For real.
Just in a metal box in the air for 18 hours.
And then got to come back.
Yeah.
Man. Like I was like, man, we gotta get these stargates going. I want to be able to walk through a portal. If it malfunction, I'm dead instantly. I don't even gotta think about it. In a plane, plane crashes are always weird to me. It's like not weird. To me, it's one of the worst ways to die because in the back of your mind, there's still hope that the plane will land.
Let me assure you, there's no good way to die. Right? You're gonna. All of them are great.
I don't know, man. Dying asleep in your bed seems pretty top tier to me.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we're all gonna find out, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, plane crash or getting eaten by something. I don't know which one would be worse.
Getting eaten by something got to be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but
let's take a morbid turn. Let's switch this again.
But no, so Steven said it could be the financing for the school because it apparently costs $100K. Now, $100K for 2 years of schooling is actually cheaper than college, and that's assuming because there's a shortage now. It's assuming these airlines aren't paying people to go there at this point.
Yeah, could be.
Because I mean, this would be a good time to get into a new vocation. Flying a plane, All you gotta do is go to school for 2 years, you pass, and you get paid starting salary $250,000.
Yeah, can't beat that.
Grandpa's like, I want to jump out of a plane. Now I want to fly him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to sitting in them.
Yeah, I want Grandpa to get his pilot license. So like next flight I get on, he gonna be the one flying.
I want to see him jump out of the plane.
I be flying, man. You in trouble.
He might be able to do both at the same time. He'll be flying, something goes wrong, he jumps out the plane.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, no, that'd have been. So when Chris got back, she's like, "Oh, you got to go skydiving." And we're talking about skydiving. They got a place around here by the house. I said, I don't want to jump out and see the cornfields of Joliet. Like, you jumped out ahead the island of Zanzibar and the
what does skydiving cost?
I don't know. I think like $100 or something, $200, something like that.
A couple $100.
Jump.
Probably, yeah. I'm not sure exactly.
I might want to go in Illinois, eh?
I'm sure they got them everywhere, but I go out there and watch.
Yeah, I saw George Bush Sr. He jumped out when he was 96.
Oh, really?
You didn't see him? Yeah, the president, man, or the former president. Yeah, he had him a jump out flight. I said, okay.
Wow.
I think he was 96 when he done it.
I ain't doing it. I draw the line on that one.
Yeah,
did you see what's going on in Inkster?
Well, what's happening in Inkster?
They the Wayne State Excavation Department is out at the Malcolm X house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're digging and looking for any potential artifacts or whatnot that could be salvaged from the area in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing Inkster, they dig too deep. They not constantly don't want to find
artifacts from Malcolm X house.
Huh?
Malcolm X house.
Yeah.
Yeah, about to walk over there right now.
Yeah, it's over there behind like Kirk's Barbecue.
You just made me hungry.
You don't know the address, eh?
Yeah,
it's right behind. You know where Kirk's Barbecue, Grandpa?
Yeah,
it's right. It's on that street. It's right behind it.
I'm just saying, I know the address of the house because I know them. My sister lived on Moore Street. That's the second street over from Kirk's.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Williams, I think.
House that he lived in.
Mm. Well, I mean, shoot, man, that's pretty cool. So how does that work though? Like, what type of permits do you think you have to get in order to be able to go to a site that's historically protected to be able to just dig up stuff?
Yeah, well, they're doing it in conjunction with the parks and the Michigan Park Rangers, something. That's who did the financing for the renovation of the property.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all in it together.
What happened to you? You were thinking about it, weren't you?
Yeah, no, yeah. I was talking to the guy then when he started working with what is it called? Wayne State University. So Wayne State had some pro bono work that they were doing for grant writing and this and that. And then while we were talking, they wrote the grant and got $350,000. There's no need to talk to me no more. Yeah, but I was going to try to help him fundraise in order to get the stuff. But, he got it. So that's all that really mattered was he got it. That was dope.
Well, good.
I don't see the address.
Speaking of things that have happened in Michigan, I know you saw this, Uncle Pooh, but Grandpa, are you aware that Detroit's one of the best cities to live in America?
Yeah.
No, I can believe it. Because it's really changed. It's shaping up, man. I saw a picture of Brush Park, man, and some of the older homes.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they put a new face on the upper part, man, all glass windows. I said, I gotta go look at that, but Detroit's on the move.
Oh yeah, man. Price is going up, as they say.
You can never go back home.
Yeah, nah. They moved us out now.
You ain't got no money. You ain't going back home. But home ain't that no more.
Yeah, nah, Josh got him a piece close by.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure I have to stay downtown. What about Uncle Pooh? You gonna come back home? You gonna invest in one of the greatest cities to live?
No. Next time we buy something, we out the country, man. We out of here.
Yeah, you look at who was that made that comment? Had something about Detroit looked like the suburb. Detroit is the new suburb or something.
I ain't heard that.
It was on Message or something. I forgot. Somebody did it, but it was. I can't even remember the wording, but it was kind of funny. You know, the new suburb.
That's funny.
It's sort of a change in complexion there. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they done flipped it. It's over now.
It's still predominantly black. We're holding on to that as long as we can.
Well,
It
for
was
now,
predominantly black away from the downtown area.
No, it's. I mean, I live. You've been here, Grandpa. You know, I live like basically downtown.
Who live downtown?
I said, you know where I live. I live basically downtown.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just saying, but the downtown area, you know, is the voting pattern. I bet doesn't change.
Probably. I remember yesterday. It was a couple days ago. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. I was going on a run to pick up something, like some errands, and I drove by the Pistons like rehab center because I didn't realize it was like down the street from my house. Like so much stuff that I drove by when I was younger, and it was just like warehouses and abandoned. Like they didn't change everything, Uncle Pooh. Like places that you would have been like never even thought to turn down, they got businesses on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's why I go down there, try to go down there every time I'm around just to see what else has happened. But that started like 4 or 5 years ago. It's just crazy. I remember telling Crystal, like, they got flowers in the median downtown Detroit. That right there blew my mind, man. There were flowers.
I haven't seen. I got to go right down. I haven't seen that.
What? That's been there for years now, man.
Flowers in the
Yeah, well manicured. I was like, what is going on? That was insane to me. Man. But yeah, man, they put a lot of money into it down there.
and they're still putting it in.
Yeah, they definitely are.
That's how Hank got on TV. You know.
Oh, Hank got on TV?
Al Rooker came down there with NBC Today Show.
Hank living that retired life just outside for no reason. Just
and they interviewed Uncle Hank?
No, but
nah.
Carol got a picture taken.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Hank on that too. I mean, he got his picture taken.
Yeah, he was on there. They didn't interview him though.
No, they didn't interview him. But he was just part of the crowd, you know.
Oh, you want to come on, baby? Here.
Oh no, I was coming to tell you something.
Oh, here she is. Says you're already on camera.
Okay.
We already got you.
Who you waiting at?
Oh, this is Ashley, Grandpa.
Oh,
more regal this way.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Living the dream. Just, working, sitting, napping, snacking, all the things, a pregnant girl.
All the things I'm here for.
Looking for schools for Sebastian to go to this fall.
Snap.
It's a real struggle finding quality education, nice facilities, and a black majority, so that he gets that. Like, well, what do you sacrifice, or what do you pull in, or how do you supplement? And so we're all over the board looking at schools and interviewing, and
it's that last part.
Yeah, it's that what gets sacrificed, what gets balanced. So now we're just trying to find a balance. I might have to sacrifice my dream of Montessori. I wanted him to have a Montessori foundation, but
okay.
The school that would be perfect. It's perfect. Black teachers, Black curriculum, great stuff. Montessori trained, not fully accredited, but Montessori trained. But the building looks a little bit like a prison. It's surrounded in barbed wire.
She been hammering about this building. I'm like, it's about the inside.
There's no windows.
There is windows.
The few windows that are there are the glass block windows, and they're at the top of the wall. There's no windows like actually in the wall. The playground is half parking lot, and it's also surrounded by barbed wire.
It builds character.
And one of the Google shots, the children are playing in the parking lot instead of in the playground.
I knew that was going to. As soon as you said half parking lot, I'm like, oh, they running around in the parking lot.
But like there are cars parked in the parking lot. It's not just the empty parking lot. It's
that's part of the obstacle course.
Cars and a giant dumpster.
Yeah.
So we're gonna tour it.
That's probably home base.
That could be an old picture. Google. We don't know how often they're updating it.
Could be an old picture. You might have to do a ride by.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, I did a ride by, and it was a mistake. But we're gonna do a tour and see the inside, see the teachers, see that stuff, and then just convince all our fancy family members that are building up the Black community to donate to the school. And y'all gonna build me a playground in my baby's
I'm gonna need a regular playground.
I'm gonna get y'all a vacant. I'm gonna spend the whole year fundraising. I'm like, we're gonna buy a vacant lot. It's gonna be across the street. We're gonna make it a playground.
Gotta have a playground.
Gotta invest.
There is a certain you could definitely tell where the city was putting money and where they didn't put money.
It's not
because like this area. Is like it's interesting because it's like so one school, like I'm not saying any names of places, where looks pretty state of the art. They got the stuff they're supposed to have and everything, right? Nice area, all that good stuff.
It's 2 blocks from our house. It's great. We can walk. We could have lunch with them if we want. Wow. I need him to be at school all day, but we could have lunch. We could come do story time. They're very big on parent involvement. Lots of space. But his class would have 1 Black teacher, 1 white teacher. So we were fine with that. But the student body, so it's 10 kids to 1 teacher. In the class, we saw about 15 kids. I say that I saw about 3 or 4 Black kids. Josh says he saw 1. And so we're like, is that enough for us? And on one hand, it's like, well, we're Black. We're going to supplement with all the Black families that we know and see. And we make sure that we keep a tight-knit community. Though. But it's also different when you're in school. Granted, this school also, he'd only be there for a year and a half because of the age, how the ages work. But still, it's a formative year. Before the age of 5, they're learning who they are and what they want to learn. They're getting that thirst for knowledge. So it's important that they're in a place that that fans that flame and makes them feel good about themselves and how they learn and how they do stuff. And I love their disciplinary structure. I love the school day. I like the curriculum. But it's just like, it's also not Montessori accredited, which I'm like, okay, if we get thrown Montessori out the window, there are other great
sounds schools. Like that's over with.
Well, no, we're going to look at this Black Montessori first. There's another one I want to look at, but if we're throwing Montessori out the window, there's an excellent school up here. My parents used to sit on the board. It's got like a Black director, Black board of directors, great student body, diverse student body, but it's majority Black. It's just not Montessori, and they don't take him at his age. So it would still be another year or so before he could go anyway. But they're on my list for the next school to send him to. Based on, reviews and going through, because I've heard some of the curriculum has fallen off since I was younger when they were there, but
fallen off.
Yeah, some of the scores and where the kids graduate and go to.
You being successful is on you. I'm a firm believer of that.
True, but if you can stack the deck, you want to stack the
deck. No, I just
say that one more time, because I was like, Sean, it doesn't matter. We are smart. We've got a great support group, but if you can stack the deck and have where he's spending almost 40 hours a week, also reinforce that stuff.
I'm just saying.
Because also it's not going to fall on you. It's going to fall on me.
What are you talking about?
It's not going to be
all I
you.
know is, the Taylors done found a way. Inkster done molded success out of the Taylor.
I would say that's just because y'all all succeed out of spite. Spite and desire to tell people they're wrong. That's the only way it works.
Only motivation.
y'all are fueled by that.
It's hatred and I told you.
Hatred and the desire to tell people they were wrong. Like,
I told you was wrong.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, still, I mean,
what were y'all discussing before I came in?
So we had started talking about like the pilot crisis, like how there's not a lot of pilots replacing the new ones, and Stephen brought up a good point. A good point because baby boomers are like there was like the pilot generation, and apparently a lot of people our age just aren't going out there trying to be pilots.
Yeah, it's a lot of work in the beginning.
It's
a busy schedule.
Well, despite that, but like you getting paid $250,000 a year to start.
That's recently. That is a very recent development.
Well, when I was in high school, when I was a golf caddy, I caddied for a pilot a few times a month, and he was getting paid $200,000.
Being a pilot was more about the prestige, being able to travel for free, being able to have all this stuff. It wasn't. You weren't really getting paid. If you were getting paid, you've been in the game for 30 plus years.
That's where I was going, Ashley, because it's no longer the prestige. You know what I mean? They can go. They can be a lawyer. They can be anything else, right? Like there's so many different areas that those, I guess, potential pilots, I feel like have moved to because they got options.
I think
that schedule is really hectic, and there's a lot of rules surrounding like you can't drink during the week, you can't do this stuff because you have to get a certain amount of sleep, you can't fly a certain amount of hours, so you could end up grounded somewhere really boring until you're a crazy veteran who gets to choose your route and stuff. It's the same thing with flight attendants.
Well, I mean, there's that, but like I think the airline industry has not done a good job of educating the populace that it still does have prestige. Like you see, like in TV shows, there's shows about doctors all the time. There's shows about lawyers all the time. Like you see how it's supposed to look cool, and like people see it and they grow up like, all right, I can still do this. There's not a show about pilots. Like I think people think, oh well,
there's actually been multiple in the last couple of years. They all get canceled within one.
They're not big.
It's stuff like it's like Pan Am. We're trying to bring back Pan Am.
What is Pan Am?
So Pan American Airlines was one of the most first luxurious commercial airlines. You got on, you had a 5-star
meal. That was a show?
There was a show about it, yeah, but Pan Am was like the first really the Pan Am girls. If you were a Pan Am flight attendant, you wore this bad tailored blue suit, the cute little heels. You had to be a certain height, certain weight, certain measurements because you had to be able to, look good walking down the aisles. But you were trained in etiquette and serving and it was like working in a 5-star restaurant, working at a diamond level hotel. And eventually they went bankrupt.
It sounds
yeah, they were iconic. Also, I just came in to tell you one thing, and I am actually supposed to be working on a big project.
That's good. I'll be in there. But well, I guess my point about getting people educated, because I didn't know about this show, but like she said, to get canceled quick. It's my idea of it is when people think you're an airplane pilot, they probably in today's day and age, they probably equate to being like a bus driver. Like, oh, you drive the Airbus. Like
the bus of the air. Is Pops over there asleep?
Yeah, he's napped up.
Taking a quick nap.
He's knocked out. But Grandpa, you fell asleep.
What did you say?
You fell asleep on air, man.
You just took a little quick nap.
Man, I don't know what happened. I was listening. All of a sudden, something disappeared.
That's the first. It took us 150 episodes to knock Grandpa out.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't know I fell asleep.
And he didn't spill his beer. So
he never spilled a beer, man. I wasn't even worried about that.
He maintained his balance perfectly.
Yeah, he held that beer the whole time. That's
funny. Well, you know what? That's what I wanted to bring up. To piggyback what we talked about last week about, remember I brought up how Elon Musk, could he get in trouble? So there are reports now that people are speculating he could go to jail. He probably won't because he's a billionaire, but he could go to jail for tampering. People are saying that there's based on the verbiage that Twitter was using on their lawsuit, that there could be criminal charges tacked onto that.
Yeah, that's probably pie in the sky, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I just wanted to bring that up, piggyback from last time. I was just like, could he get in trouble? And people are starting to say, yeah, he could get in trouble.
Yeah, he
But
could,
again,
but billionaires they don't go to jail, man.
When was the last time a billionaire went to jail?
I don't think they have.
Is that true?
No, that can't be true.
I'm gonna look that up. Let me look that up.
What's his name? The Ponzi scheme dude.
Was he a billionaire?
I don't know. Maybe I thought he was.
Who that?
His name was Ponzi.
Oh no, not him. I'm talking about recently though. Come on, what's his name?
Let me see. Billionaires behind bars. So billionaires.
He was taking all that money from them. The rich white people. It's a white guy. Madoff, Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he was a billionaire though.
Okay. There's some. Well, the founder of the fentanyl manufacturer Insys, he got sentenced to 5.5 years in January 23rd, 2020.
Oh, it just happened.
Yeah, I guess you just don't hear about it.
What about Epstein? Was Epstein a billionaire?
No, I don't think he was a billionaire, but I think he was a millionaire at least. But there is, now that you bring that up, I do want to bring up how people talk about how he committed suicide and his girlfriend got time. But when are we going to hear about the list of people who were using that island?
Yeah. No, you're not.
Is that just dead? We moved on from that.
Yeah, I know you was following that, wasn't you, Pops?
Epstein?
Yeah.
Yeah, all that part of he wound up dead like everybody else didn't know too much.
Yeah. Committed suicide with a bullet in his head from 40 yards. He fired the gun this way and it ricocheted.
They're like, mysteriously during a shift change.
Yeah.
The two guards, both guards sleep.
Man.
That's how it happened.
Could you imagine? Like, you're the government employee. They're like, hey, we need you to take out this guy in jail.
Right. Or just, we need you to take a nap during this time.
Yeah, just
like, don't do it on my shift. Like no.
I bet those two guards that he committed suicide on their shift. I bet they live on some island somewhere.
They probably still at work. They probably kept their mouth shut and just like
keep your mouth shut. You got to get away from it too.
Come on.
They pay you off.
They was plants part of the plan. They enrolled them. They got them in the job 3 months ago. Like
Yep. Follow the money.
Man, they knew when what date, time. They just reverse engineered their plan. And it was like, hey, all right, it's about time to start that prison gig. Don't worry about it. We got your special paperwork. You
good.
That's gotta be wild. Everyone knew he was about to die. Like, ain't no way, because if he started naming names, it was over.
It's over.
But now they got killed. Now they got to kill his girl because
you would
somebody.
You would think it's over, but it's amazing how they bend the law.
You know something too. You can't keep your mouth shut when you know too much. That's when if you keep your mouth shut, they get rid of you because you ain't told nothing. That's why everybody get up front, man, and tell everything they know, so they got no reason to kill them.
No, they got no reason to kill you.
I get it anyway. You better get out the country. You better do like.
But when you done told everything you know, you ain't no more danger to them.
Yeah, they gonna be mad.
There's principles behind this.
Yeah, Grandpa out here thinking about in soup like comic book land. Like, well, gee. Like, he already told the secret. I guess we can leave him and his family alone. No need for revenge.
No, let him go.
we already told we the truth has set us free. We don't need to go through. Look at this. Oh man, that's how I always joke. Like whenever I pass on, wherever I go, if I don't see Grandpa there, I'm in the wrong spot. Grandpa too pure, man. He's like, if you tell the secrets, they can't kill you. It doesn't make sense.
You got a better chance of living though. But if you know too much, you're in danger. You know. Tell it what you know, you got a better chance of surviving.
Okay.
I mean, it's an option.
I mean, what's funny is Grandpa done lived so long, like I can't doubt him because like he's got a doctorate degree in survivability. Like he done survived World War, Vietnam. He done been in the military during Vietnam and World War II. Ain't caught a stray.
It was like what's the movie? Forrest Gump. He's in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
That would be funny, man. Just instead of running all the way across the country, Grandpa just runs from one side of Inkster to the other every day.
yeah, and then participate in the Senior Olympics though.
Oh yeah, that's Senior Olympics, man. Oh, that is funny. We didn't talk about everything, like who's everything today, man. That's Uncle Pooh, tell us about how the business is going. Tell us, like any how's Urban Intellectuals? Any new products coming out?
Yes, we do have some new products coming out. We're getting ready to launch our. I don't even know if I can tell yet. We're building up the launch, right? Like,
I'm sure the one person who's watching this right now.
It's gonna be the episode that break, man, and like go viral. Like, then
that's why people gotta watch the show so they can see these juicy nuggets.
Yeah, how much is airfare to Tanzania?
From Inkster?
Yeah, from Inkster, I guess.
All right, let me look it up. Detroit to Tanzania. Let me see. That is, that's about $2,500.
25 round trip.
Yeah.
And
it's a 19-hour flight.
That sound about right. Yeah, but you stop. I think she stopped in Ethiopia, and then you fly on from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be a good one, man. I'm going to
just airfare, or is that hotel?
That's airfare.
Airfare.
Yeah, Zanzibar that one's pretty. Tanzania is pretty expensive. Man, I'm going to Egypt and Ghana in November, October.
Yeah, you said you're taking me away.
Yeah. You trying to go somewhere else sooner?
Huh?
So you trying to go somewhere else sooner?
No, I was just curious about Tanzania, man. I didn't even know that was a place existed until find out how beautiful it is, man.
So we're going to Tanzania with Urban Intellectuals. We're going next year. We're going twice. Yeah. We're going 2 times next year, like once in April and one in later in the year. I can't remember.
Did Steven reach out to you?
I don't think so.
Okay, I gave him information because he was like, "I'm definitely trying to get on the travel plans."
Yeah. Come on. But yeah, no, that's exciting. Actually, next Friday, I think it's next Friday, we'll be presenting Tanzania and Zanzibar to our audience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get on and see that.
What do you mean presenting? Like the travel?
That's like we're making it available and then opening up booking for that flight or that trip. Yeah. So like 2,500, that's I don't know, like we got different packages and whatnot. But yeah, so we'll be explaining it all to our audience and they'll be booking next Friday. Come to Tanzania. So
what options do you have already?
What locations?
No. What packages do you have already for places to go?
Yeah, for right. What places that we going? Right? Is that what you asked?
Yeah. Like, what do you got? What products do you have right now for travel people?
We're going to next year. Well, we're going to Egypt twice this year, and then one time to Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the winter, October, November. Then next year we're going 4 times to Egypt, 4 times to Ghana, 4 times to South Africa.
You're going each time?
I probably won't go on every trip. I don't know. Yeah, I ain't going on every trip, but then
I want to go. I'm definitely going to go to Egypt once. So next year you got to go to Egypt at least once.
yeah, I go.
What's the problem with Nigeria?
We're not going to Nigeria yet.
I mean, what's the problem with Nigeria? Because there's 138 million people in Nigeria.
Yeah, it just ain't great for tourism yet.
Oh, that's what I wondered. Y'all, a little risky to go there as a tourist.
That's what they say. I ain't never been, so you know. They like if you go, they basically say just stay in Lagos, which is basically like going to New York, like going downtown, right? Like
yeah.
So I don't know. I have to get there, but we're going twice to Tanzania, and then in that trip, there's a flight that's included to Zanzibar, which is the island of Tanzania. Then we're going to Kenya and Seychelles in the same trip as well. So it's like a 3-day safari in Kenya, then like a 7-day in Seychelles, which is another island off of Africa.
How far from Tanzania is Zanzibar off the coast?
It's not far.
Can you see it?
It ain't that close.
Oh, it ain't that close.
Can you see it?
Yeah. No,
Tanzania.
It ain't like Belle Isle. Like Belle Isle right there, it ain't like that.
Yeah, right.
Grandpa, like, if I stood up on a tall mountain or a big hill, how far away is it?
Yeah, it ain't that close. But like Seychelles is like way off the coast, like far off of Africa. It's almost like hard to believe that that's considered Africa. It's weird that that's not Seychelles. It's a small island, but it's weird how that's considered Africa, but the Middle East isn't. Right? Like if you look up Seychelles on the map, and you be like, "That's Africa," and then the Middle East is,
Well, they steady been trying to call Egypt the Middle East forever.
Yeah, they working on it with your young people.
They're trying.
That's why you gotta watch what schools they going to.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I know it might be paranoia, but I just don't want, because my friend was telling me about how when his son was in like preschool or something, maybe daycare, something happened and like he got something put on his permanent record. I'm like, as a baby?
As a baby? Well,
like as a little kid, like you still in preschool? Like how? Like how is that? Like that to me scares me. Like and I know where it was at, the school or whatever. And you know what I mean? It wasn't. I just don't want to take that risk, putting my kid in a spot where his fate is dictated by people who don't have his best interest at heart.
For real. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
That's my fear, because it's like, it's his life, like things that he should have a good shape. Like that's the balance. That's the only thing I really care about. Like he has parents, 2 good parents in his life. My mom was a teacher. We got tons of educated family members who any gaps we can fill in ourselves, but like he still got to be there outside of our sight for 8 hours out the day. Can I trust that things are going to go well day in and day out at that particular place or not?
Right.
That's my only real concern. But
that's a real one. It's legitimate too, and you better be concerned.
I mean, you've been a parent like for 2 decades now. 2 decades,
right?
And it's like, that should be our next show. I want to talk about, my experience, your experience, and Grandpa's experience all raising kids and how stuff has changed.
I like it.
Because that that to me, like this stuff I'm worried about, Grandpa's just like, I just want to make sure, like, because you went to a predominantly white school, like back then, and you're probably just like, I just want my son to come home. That's Grandpa's whole thing. I want my son to come home.
Yeah.
I'm talking about permanent records, like the ideas and stuff, and like I can't even imagine what y'all were worried about.
Man, this is a crazy country, man.
Yeah,
This is
but
a crazy country.
I guess we got to wind down this episode. Oh, here's
Yeah.
Kima. This Grandpa and Uncle Pooh. Yeah, that's what we do the show every week.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
How'd you get a movie on your head?
Who is that?
Open the door.
That's intense. This is Akima.
Tasha daughter.
I can't see. They got to say live, but I couldn't see her face. You know.
Yeah, you got to get close to the camera. You got to bend down so Grandpa can see you.
Yeah, camera.
Yeah, okay, you can see us. This is
I can't see her face. No.
Yeah, you gotta get down. See that's how now she. Now
Okay. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we just do the show every week. You know, Kima's out here. Kima, give everybody a quick rundown of what you've been doing this summer. What you've
been up to.
Right now, I'm doing an internship for a baseball organization. It's like a summer collegiate little baseball organization. It's not the best, but you know, it counts on the resume.
Right.
I got one more year of summer, so I'm just trying to wrap all this up.
Almost there.
Cool, yeah.
Finish line is in sight. All right.
Yeah.
And she about to be riding the Tigers soon.
Yeah, Tigers are the Pistons. That's the goal. Tigers are the Pistons.
Come on with it. Yeah, I come drink some beer at the park.
I got all the tickets.
Yeah, that's awesome. Keep it up. It's almost over.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, let's do our final thoughts. Well, Uncle Pooh, why don't you give your final thought? And plug that thing you were going to plug that you got.
Not the moment passed. I got by with it. You just check your email soon. You'll see.
Okay,
you'll see it. We're gonna flood your emails with all of those things. But final thoughts. Cheers to the future, right? This young lady is the future here, right? Yeah, How about that? That's what we're on. I got a little bit.
Hey, you know, that's my theme. You know, the black woman is the key to our future. You know, I've been talking about that for about 150 episodes.
Yeah, like every episode.
Pretty much.
I love what they're doing too. You know, of course, our backs done got bent over, so they straighten them back up again.
Yeah.
But everywhere I look, they on there and they ain't backing off.
They're not slowing down.
They ain't slowing down. I love it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, Josh, what's your final thought?
Shoot, man. Dang, I didn't really have a good one this week. You know what? My final thought is, don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you may hate something in one form doesn't mean you might not like it.
All right, grapefruit.
Grapefruit found its way. It's found its way into my palate.
Found this way.
That's this week episode, y'all. Next week we'll see you. Just gotta wave to the people. Now you on TV, you're a TV star. You got credits now.
You're a star now. You can put this in.
No, people don't let your grandpa at the Home Depot on Instagram.
Freaking bad.
Grandpa's a local celebrity.
At the Home Depot.
Hey man, that's more than what I got. There's nobody looking for me.